Hello everybody, welcome to day 1 of the IEM Krakow Charity Pickem Challenge. If you watched my previous series on the Blast Bounty, this works the exact same way, but for those who haven't, I'm going to briefly explain. I'm going to be talking about all of the upcoming matches for IEM Krakow. I'm going to be giving my 2 cents, kind of yap about it a little bit, and I'm going to give a prediction for the winner of said match. If I am wrong, I'm going to add $1 to a pot, and then at the end of the event, I'm going to donate all the money in that pot to charity. Last time, I ended up donating to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. This time around, I'm going to be donating to the Trevor Project. I'm going to be leaving a link down below if you're interested in donating to them yourself, or, if you want to suggest other charities that you want me to donate to in future events, please leave those down below as well. One final thing before we get started, I do want to say that if I sound sick, that's because I am sick. I kind of have to power through doing this right now, but I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you. Totally not for me. I'm doing it for you, okay? So without any further ado, let's just get right in. Okay, so our first match is going to be Team Aurora versus Gamer Legion. This is a rematch from the Blast Bounty only last week. Aurora, they really struggled in the Blast Bounty. They played against Hotu and Gamer Legion, and they struggled against both of them. Against both of those teams. And both those teams, I believe, are both teams on the rise, right? Hotu, they're pretty good, right? They're a strong underdog, strong upset type of team, but not really a team that should be consistently beating Aurora. And they didn't, but they really did look convincing. And Gamer Legion did beat Aurora, right? It was in I believe, a 2-0 fashion as well. And then Gamer Legion went to go play against Vitality in the quarterfinals, the land portion of the Blast Bounty, and had a really good game. They ended up losing, but both maps they played ended up going to double digits, and just the eye test of Gamer Legion looked very good. So I would imagine, just on recent form, I'm going to say Gamer Legion are going to win. And it does pain me to say that Aurora isn't going to beat Gamer Legion, because I think that Aurora, Zentara's should be better, right? This team should be better, but Soulfly, he had a really bad debut on Aurora in the Blast Bounty, and Gamer Legion just have been looking really good. So I don't know, man. It's honestly a hard case to make for Aurora. I think Gamer Legion are going to be the ones to win that one. Okay, so next up we got Heroic versus Perivision. I feel so bad that I didn't pick Perivision to win the Blast Bounty. I was singing their praises the entire time throughout the Blast Bounty in my series, and then I get to that final video where I cover the grand final, and I don't know, man. I'm just I was really convinced by m0NESY's performance against Vitality, okay? How m0NESY played against Vitality, it was really good. And I just thought the fact that it was a best of 5 and they weren't playing with any pressure, I thought that was gonna put them over the line. But I guess I underestimated just how good this Perivision team is. They only lost a single map across the entire bounty. They beat Spirit, Furia, and Falcons to win that trophy. So I really think that it's no surprise I'm going to be picking Perivision to win against Heroic. But Heroic, they're not a bad team either, right? They not the same level as Perivision level of good, but Heroic, these guys have got some power behind them, okay? These are, give them a puncher's chance, and they might be able to upset a few teams. Maybe not Perivision, but they might be able to pull through and get to LAN, or get to the main event. Okay, so we've got Astralis versus Pain up next. This is really just the battle of mid. I don't really believe in either of these teams. I don't really have any faith in either of these teams. But if I had to pick one, I guess it would be Pain. Just because, I said it last time when they played against Heroic in the Blast Bounty, but Pain just have a higher highs of the previous year. Like the core of Pain, I think is better than the core of Astralis. But I mean, you know, Fozy and Ryu, like when they were playing in the Blast Bounty, they weren't bad. They weren't bad at all. So maybe the time between the Blast Bounty and now, they got a little bit more practice in, and maybe they are better now, maybe. But I don't know, man. Astralis has been trash for so long, I'm just not ready to accept them not being trash. So I'm just going to say Pain and, you know, accept the loss if I'm wrong. I'm just going to accept it if I'm wrong. Alright, next up we got NRG versus Bait. NRG was supposed to play in the Blast Bounty, but they withdrew. I don't know why they did that. I never really saw a reason given to why they withdrew. Maybe they wanted, maybe they didn't want to risk losing an online game and lose those VRS points, and so they just decided to boot camp instead for Krakow. But I don't know, dude. Bait, they're a really good squad. I think that them benching Hetrick was kind of weird. We'll have to see how this how did you pronounce his name? Segukawa? How this Segukawa guy plays? We're gonna see. But honestly, I think that, like, unless he's like actively throwing, don't think Bait are going to lose. Like, I think that even then, I think that Bait can beat NRG. Like, I was kind of, when I predicted NRG to beat Heroic, that was a little bit of NA bias because NRG had, like, you know, performed fairly well in North America before that event, and you know, slight North American bias. OC's back. I'm a huge OC fan. But I don't know, dude. I need to see it. I need to see it out of NRG. Like, if NRG are gonna win, they need to prove it that I am wrong, like, mega hard, because I don't think they're gonna be beating Bait. Okay, this one might be a little controversial. Maybe, maybe not. I'm picking Legacy. I'm picking Legacy, and I'm gonna tell you why. I need to preface this. I am not a simple hater. I'm not. I'm just not. When it comes to CSGO, he is objectively the GOAT. Okay, you cannot convince me that he wasn't the GOAT back in CSGO. The entire reason that I'm watching Counter-Strike now is because back in 2021 is when I first discovered it, and that was when he was on that Navi roster that won the major and everything like that. And that team was probably my favorite team to watch of all time. Like, I discovered CS after the Stockholm major, or no, was it the, no. Whichever major Simple won, okay? Whichever was the one that he won with Navi, right? I'll have to go back and check. I'll put it on the screen. Like, the entire reason I'm here is, is because of Simple, right? But in CS2, like, let's just all be honest, guys. He's not the same guy, right? He's not the same guy, okay? Like, he literally played against a random fucking Russian 5-stack in the closed qualifier for Rio, dropped a 30 bomb on Nuke against that team, and still lost the best of 3. He still lost the best of 3 against that team. Not to mention all the shit that happened while he was on Falcons. Not to mention everything to happen before, you know, this current BC game roster, okay? I don't think that, like, we have the core of Saw plus Electronic plus Simple. I don't think that Saw could beat Legacy. So first of all, right? So now we get the core of Saw plus Electronic plus Simple. There's no way. There is 0 chance that BC game beat Legacy. 0. I don't care that Legacy's been looking kind of trash lately. There is no chance in hell. Absolutely no way that BC game win this game. I don't think they're gonna win anything. I think this team sucks. To be completely honest with you, I think this team is terrible. The entire reason that BC game even bought this roster is because of the VRS ranking. It's the only reason. And they're gonna go down. They're gonna go down because they're not gonna win anything because they suck. Okay? It's just the facts. And if I'm wrong, whatever, but that's how I feel. And I don't think I'm crazy for saying that. I don't think I'm crazy for saying that. Alright, next up we got Foot and 3D Max. You know, this one could be close. The French started off the bounty with a loss to Inner Circle, so we only got to see them play one match. And Inner Circle played really good in that match, okay? And 3D Max, you know, they did not play very well in that game. But 3D Max last season, they were pretty decent, right? They weren't like, you know, top 10 team or anything, but they were pretty decent. So I could see the French making a comeback, right? Getting some extra, you know, time in the boot camp after their early elimination from the bounty. But I think that Foot is just they have more potential in them. They're, you know, they have the more momentum behind them, you know. They played really good at the bounty, had a really good game against Furia, and now they get a chance to play on LAN at a, like, you know, at a big event. I think they could probably make the main event. So I mean, you know, I'm picking Foot, but I could easily see, well, not easily, I could see an upset here and 3D Max taking the win. But I would say Foot are probably the more likely of the two. G2 versus Passion UA. I think that G2 is going to be coming into this year with a fire underneath their seat. I think they're going to be coming into this event super hot. Okay? Heavy God was absolutely robbed of a top 20 placement at the HLTV Awards. They were basically robbed of their, you know, of their playoff berth in Budapest. They, you know, had this upward trajectory after adding Matisse and Sampayas. This is a G2 post Monacy, right? And I think a lot of people expected G2 to just be trash after Monacy left. And they won London. They won the event in London, right? So the Blast London trophy. So I think that this G2, they've got something to prove, and I'm going to put them to win. Not to say that Passion UA has absolutely no chance, but it would be a fight. But this is a fighting team, right? Like Passion UA, not to say that they're, you know, bad or anything like that, but I think that G2 are just going to be coming in sprinting, right? They're not going to give Passion, like, if Passion are going to beat G2, it's going to be because, you know, it's going to be a rough game for Passion to win. Okay, last and certainly least, we have NIP versus Team Shitquid. Team Diarrhea, Team Trash, Team Disband Now. This is another rematch from the Blast Bounty, except this time, A, we're playing on LAN, B, Liquid have a stand-in, and it's a stand-in for NAF, and it's Crimbo who's standing in for NAF. I don't think we need to even get into the fact that I'm a Liquid hater. I mean, we kind of got into it when I introduced them, but LAN also, right? NIP, after the roster change, they added Karen for U-Jerks. He looked okay, right? They, I believe the match that they played at the Blast Bounty went 3 maps. Karen played okay, but now some reps under his belt should be a better looking NIP. The only thing that can save Liquid is if they're able to take the maps overtime, because we know that NIP cannot win in overtime. There's just a curse. They can't win. But, like, you know, I just don't think that's even going to happen. I think the Liquid are going to get last place. I think they're in the BC game camp where they just suck. They just suck. Okay. So with that out of the way, that's the final prediction for the opening games of the IEM Krakow play-in. Um, and there's nothing else I got for you. I'll see you all for day 2.